Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about my weight loss journey and everything to do with my weight loss journey. How's it going? I'm going to give you guys an update on my weight loss journey and what I've been using. I've been using Semaglutide, as you guys know. If you follow me on TikTok you would know, and I'm going to be showing you guys like how the Semaglutide has been working for me and where you can get it, where you can get the Semaglutide, and how much does it cost and everything like that. What do I eat in a day? So if you guys want to know more, then keep on watching. If it's your first time here, hi, my name is Gabby. Please consider subscribing and join the family as we journey on to a happy life. I know it's been a long time since I've posted content on my YouTube channel. I've been focusing more on TikTok and Instagram as well. So please do go follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you're not already. If you guys are the OG YouTube subscribers, thank you so much for sticking around. Do leave me a comment down below. Ask me any questions that you want. If you want a life update or anything really, I would appreciate it if you leave me a comment down below. Please also share this video with your friends and family if you think that it could be helpful for them. Obviously you guys know I've been on a weight loss journey for the longest time. I went through a divorce and I was severely depressed, and I just decided to quit my job, get a divorce, drop everything that wasn't making me happy as a person, because if I didn't do that then I might not have been here today where I am. So yeah, basically I gained a lot of weight through depression and just binge eating. Sorry if that's triggering to you. I do suffer from binge eating and emotional eating. I am an emotional eater still to this day. This is the reason why I will not force myself to go on a diet, because it does not help with my emotional eating and my binge eating. So I never go on diets. I could not go on a diet. Like even when I did my weight loss journey back in October of 2022, when I started using the slim patches, I was like, I cannot go on a diet, because I'm a foodie. I love to eat food. I love to eat good food, but that doesn't mean that I need to constantly be eating good food all the time. I also want to be healthy and take care of my body and be able to move and play with my kids and live long and just, you know, do fun stuff. Like I enjoy hiking, I enjoy swimming, and all of that requires you to be able to move your body and to be healthy. And I don't want to be hiking and then just be there dying halfway up the mountain, you know. So yeah, that's the whole reason why I started my weight loss journeys. I wanted to change, and also for my mental health, because you know I was in a very bad space. So anyways, back when I started on the slim patch, I knew that I couldn't go on a diet. Like I had to find tips and tricks and hacks on how to continue with my weight loss journey and how to still make progress with my weight loss while still being able to enjoy some of the foods that I really love to eat. Like I'm a total sweet tooth, so yeah, and I love coffee, and I don't want to drink like black coffee. Like I love sugar in my coffee, I love milk in my coffee. So whenever I was doing fasting, like I still had my coffee, you know, with milk and sugar. I know some people would say that breaks your fast, but I still got the benefits. So yeah, I used intermittent fasting as a hack for my weight loss journey when I was also using the slim patches. The slim patches helped to maintain my cravings, and it decreased my appetite, and yeah, I feel like it also helped me to burn more calories than I normally would have if I hadn't been using the slim patches. So that really helped with my weight loss journey. Up until like 2023, the whole of 2023, I was using the slim patches and while also practicing intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting really just helps me to eat whatever I want and still be able to lose weight, you know. Like I would do it flexible. My whole trick is that you don't want to get your body used to a routine, so I would switch it up all the time. One day I would do like a 24-hour fast, the next day I would do like an 18-hour fast, the next day I would do like a 16-hour fast. I would just switch it up all the time. But on average, I would like fast until 12 o'clock and then have my first meal at 12 o'clock. And also, I try to focus on getting high protein and lots of veggies. At this point in time, I like forced myself to eat veggies. Some of them were good, and I really like opened my palate up to starting to enjoy veggies. But that's another thing about me. I hate the taste of veggies. Like, it doesn't matter how much you dress them up, they're still veggies to me. They still taste like veggies. I don't like the texture of some of them. I don't like the flavor of some of them. So there's only a few veggies that I actually enjoy eating. So that's another reason why I could not go on a diet, because most diets require you to eat so many veggies, and that's just not me. I get my micronutrients in from like drinking green juice, beetroot juice, and carrot juice. In those juices, they've either got beetroot with something, with other things, they've got carrots with parsley and ginger, or whatever the case may be. But at least I get a little bit of micronutrients from drinking the clean juices, not the ones that have got other ingredients, the ones that just either contain the fruits and veggies like ginger and parsley and celery and things like that. Also try to take a multivitamin, but I'm not very consistent with taking multivitamins, so yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I cannot diet to save my life, because I just don't like veggies, and just being that restricted, I can't follow a diet for a long period of time, maybe for 2 weeks. There was one time where I was with a weight loss coach, and she gave me a diet for 2 weeks, and I was able to follow it, but I was constantly thinking about food, constantly starving, getting lightheaded and dizzy, and I hate the feeling of being lightheaded and dizzy, because then I'm just not productive at all. Like, I need energy to be productive, I need energy to be able to focus. Like, I think that's also why I gained so much weight when I was at university, is because it requires you to be sitting and thinking and working all of the time, and during that time I would just be snacking because I just felt like my body needed the energy. Like, anyways, I'm the same now. When I want to be productive at work, when I'm stressed and I've got a lot of deadlines, I tend to snack a lot. So that's me, that's how I am. I think the number one tip also for you guys is to understand yourself, know yourself, start by loving yourself and loving the body that you are in right now. Do a little bit of self-reflection, self-love, get to know yourself, understand that, okay, this is me, this is how I am, how can I still love me and hack it so that I'm still able to do the things that I love but also lose weight. So that's what I kind of did. Okay, so we talked about intermittent fasting, we talked about the slim patches and calorie counting. So when I was in university and I wanted to lose weight towards my last few years, I did calorie tracking. I downloaded an app. You can use MyFitnessPal or whatever the case may be, and I tracked my calories, and I've been tracking calories for so long that I already have kind of a rough estimate idea of how many calories there are in certain types of food, like this apple, eggs, steak, chicken, fish. I can kind of estimate the amount of calories there are in food, so I don't need to track my calories anymore. But if you're starting out and you really want to get to know the foods and the different types of foods that you're eating, calorie tracking really opens up your mind to understand what you are putting in your body. For example, when I started calorie tracking, you can really see that, wow, eating one pack of 2-minute noodles has got over 400 calories in, where you can eat like 2 big pieces of steak depending on the weight, and then you can also get 400 calories in, but the steak will make you feel fuller for longer, but the 2-minute noodles will want you craving for something else afterwards. You know what I mean? So through tracking calories, I really could understand like the value, the nutritional value of food, right? And so I kind of know when I'm eating, when I'm choosing the foods that I want to eat, the amount of calories there is. And obviously if you're buying food, always on the packaging they tell you like roughly how many calories are in there, and it's quite shocking that some of the foods that are like just like a handful like this, how many calories there are in that, and we don't realize the amount of calories that we are consuming. So I do have a history of tracking calories, and I did that, and I don't do it anymore. I roughly do it, like if I'm eating now, I'll be checking, okay, I'll count, I'll like estimate, this is probably 100 calories, okay, this is 200 calories, okay, this is 300 calories, okay, so for breakfast I've had already 600-700 calories, so then I can kind of gauge how much I can have for lunch and dinner, and then I will like say, okay, I'm gonna have like boiled eggs for dinner with like a dessert, because I always have to have dessert. I'm not going to deprive myself of having dessert, whether it's a healthy dessert like dates with peanut butter or a piece of dark chocolate or a full-on cheesecake. I'm going to have my dessert. I'm not going to have the same dessert every day. I'm not going to have the same amount of calories in dessert every day. It's going to differ, but I'm not going to restrict myself. I'm not going to restrict myself, okay? And I still want to be happy, and yeah, anyways, I'm living my best life, and I'm happy, and I'm losing the weight, and I'm so happy. We'll get to the semaglutide in a minute. I'm just giving, for those of you that might have been coming from my TikTok and don't really know my history of my weight loss journey, I'm just giving you guys like a background. Okay, so a background of my weight loss journey. So we've talked about the slim patches, we've talked about the intermittent fasting, we talked about the I don't like veggies, we talked about the what did we just speak about? The desserts, the calorie tracking. Okay, I could not exercise, okay? I mean, before I got married, I was like a gym rat. I don't want to say a gym rat in a negative way, but I just loved going to the gym. You know, I was living my best life. I was as fit as I'd ever been. I was training to run marathons. Like I could do 5K in like 27, 28 minutes and 10K in under 2 hours or 2 hours and something. So I was really fast on the treadmill. Like, let's not talk about outside, but I mean, I would go to the gym like every morning and every evening, and I would run for 30 minutes to an hour to 2 hours if I'm doing the 10K. And I was in the best shape of my life. I'll try to insert a picture here so that I can show you guys. And then I met my husband, and if you guys know my history, my husband was a narcissist, and yeah, I have so many videos about that also on my channel if you want to go check out the history about that. But basically my whole life just went downhill from there. Became depressed, overweight, severely overweight. Obviously I had a baby, but I just didn't gain baby weight. There was definitely more than baby weight gained, like depression weight, binge eating, overeating, etc. Just in a bad space. But when I started to do my weight loss journey, I went to the gym like I think like for a month, and then I didn't go back. I didn't stay consistent because I was so uncomfortable in the fact that I felt like I couldn't move my body. I was like, oh, it was just not nice for me. I didn't feel comfortable at all, and I didn't stick with it. And I was like, how can I still lose weight without, you know, exercising? I was like, okay, when I lose a little bit more, then I will start to slowly exercise again, because also in your 20s it's easy to lose weight. If you're under 30, go for it and maintain that weight loss, girl, because once you reach your 30s and your 40s and higher, it becomes much harder to lose weight and exercise because of hormones and child, you know, labor and birth and all of the other things that comes with being a woman and a mom and having a family and a work and all of that stuff. But when you're in your 20s, it's much easier to lose weight. As you get older, it's harder to lose weight. So I wanted to figure out a way that I could still lose weight without having to go to the gym every morning, every night, like I did in my 20s, you know. So I signed up at the gym. I went for 1 month, and then I paid a membership for 6 months before canceling because I never went. Okay, but anyways, that was in end of 2022, the whole of 2023, and the beginning of 2024. If you guys followed my journey on YouTube, you would have come on YouTube. YouTube. If you followed my journey on YouTube, you would have known that I moved to Windhoek after my divorce. I got a job in Windhoek, a really good job. And I started to YOLO a little, you know. When I was married, I couldn't YOLO, I couldn't enjoy life. I had no money, like all my money was just going to paying bills. My husband didn't work, he didn't want to work. All my money was just going to paying bills, so I had like no money for anything else. So when I moved to Windhoek and I was living on my own, and I could spoil myself a little bit, you know, I could treat myself a little bit. So I think, and also I had just lost all of this weight. I was feeling good about myself. I was feeling confident. And I was like, just YOLOing, do you know what I mean? Just having fun, treating myself, just seeing what I've been missing out on, you know? Just glowing. Yeah, anyways. And then I think I YOLO'd a little bit too much. So when I was living in Windhoek, when I felt like really, really good about myself, I was at 98 kilograms, right? Oh, I forgot to say, I started at 124 kilograms when I started documenting my weight loss. But before that, I had already lost some weight, like maybe 5 or 6 kilograms. So I think I was more at like 130 kilograms or 132 when I was at my heaviest. But when I started documenting it, I was at 124.5 kilograms. And then at this point, I was at 98 kilograms. And then I started to YOLO a little bit too much, you know. And then I gained a little bit of weight back. And then it was winter time. Look, I was traveling a lot for work, working a lot. So wasn't really focusing on eating healthy. Was eating out a lot. When you're on the road, you just eat. I was in trainings a lot. When you're in training, they just put food in front of you because they want you to be awake and focused, you know. So I was just eating a lot, enjoying my life a little bit too much, not being focused, not intermittent fasting, not tracking calories, just, you know, I just let go for a little bit. I took a break from my weight loss journey a little bit in 2024. And so after the winter, I started to feel uncomfortable again, where my clothes were like too tight and I'm just like having a hard time. And so I was like, okay, I need to bring it in a little bit. I need to calm down again. And then I was like, okay, I gained a little bit of weight. I was 108 kilograms. So I gained a little bit of weight back, and I was like, yeah, I need to get back on track again. you know, need to start focusing again. And so I started intermittent fasting again. I started using the slim patches again, and oh, I was also using Duramine. How could I completely forget about the Duramine? I was also using Duramine for a while. The thing about the Duramine, like, it works, but it will not stop you from eating, if you know what I mean. It will make you feel full. It will completely suppress your appetite. Like, but if you want to eat, like if your brain is like so stressed and you're going for a binge episode and you really want to eat, it's not going to stop you. You won't feel great afterwards, but it's not going to stop you. And so I kind of was at a point where I was like eating past the effects of the Duramine, you know. And I think Duramine is a good thing to use when you're trying to maintain, you know. But when you're trying to actively lose and you have like binge eating problems and stuff like that, it's going to be a little bit harder with the Duramine. But when you're trying to maintain, it's a good thing. It can help you maintain. And also the other thing with the Duramine is, like, people were asking about the side effects. The only side effects I experienced was that it obviously keeps you awake at night. Like, it just gives you so much energy. I don't know how that exactly works, but some people can't sleep. They have severe insomnia. For me, I would just sleep like for 4 hours and then I would have enough sleep. And obviously with my schedule and traveling a lot, it was becoming a challenge to only be sleeping for 4 to 6 hours. I was being really tired during the day and stuff like that. So I was like looking for something else, you know, and I saw that all the celebrities are using Ozempic. Ozempic has been approved FDA FDA for weight loss medication. And then I found out that people in Namibia have been using Ozempic, and I'm like, huh? People have been using Ozempic and they haven't even been telling us about it. Like, hello, where can I get this? Sign me up. If Khloe Kardashian and all the celebrities are using it, why can't we use it? And I'm like, it's probably going to be expensive, but like, I don't care. I'll sacrifice my Seattle coffees and my takeout KFC weekly treat for Ozempic. Sign me up. Where can I get it? And so finally I found somebody who knew somebody, and they was like, oh, you can get it here. So I contacted Medicity Clinic in Windhoek. That's who I contacted first. Medicity Clinic in Windhoek. They are a slimming clinic, so they've got all kinds of slimming services that they offer, like fat freezing. They've got IV drips that you can take. They've got the Ozempic Semaglutide injections and a lot of other services. The good thing about Windhoek, the Medicity Slimming Clinic, is it's great to start off with when you are doing your weight loss journey on semaglutide. It's great to start off with because you have a doctor that is monitoring your vitals, like your blood glucose level weekly. They track your progress. They give you advice. Any side effects, they manage your side effects. So it's very good to start off with, but it can get very expensive as you are increasing your dose. Okay, so for me, you start off on the 0.25 milligram, and the 0.25 milligram is just to get your body used to the medication. Then you go up to 0.5, 0.75, then 1 milligram, etc. And it's completely up to you. Like, you can manage it by yourself. So for example, I got the first injection, I lost like point something grams, like 0.5 grams the first week, I think, and they asked me, do I want to go up with a dose? And I was like, no, let's just stay with the same dose, because I was having some side effects like some nausea and some sulfur burps. So I wanted to get used to the medication. I wanted my body some more time to get used to the medication. So I stayed on the same dose for the second week. And then on the third week, I was like, okay, let's bump it up. So we went to 0.5 milligrams on the second week. Actually, I didn't start on 0.25. Sorry. Most people start on 0.25. I started on 0.5, which is also a bit more expensive. If you start on 0.25 milligrams at Windhoek Medicity Clinic, it costs 1,800 Rand for the 4-week injections. And then every time you go to the clinic, you pay a $165 facility fee. That's how much it costs. Medical aid does not cover it. So, but I didn't start on 0.25. I started on 0.5. So for me, it was like a little bit more. And then also, I didn't stay on the 0.25. I only stayed on 0.25 for 2 weeks, and then I went up to 0.75 the last 2 weeks of the month. So it costed me like $4,000 for the first month, just over $4,000 at Windhoek Medicity Slimming Clinic. if you have the money, I would highly recommend you doing that, because you get guidance and you get used to how to use the medication, etc. Okay, the second month I went back there and I went up to 1 milligram and then 1.25 milligram, 2 weeks apart. And again, it costed me so much money, like $5,000 and something dollars. It was a lot. It was a lot. That's money that could have gone to my savings, but it was so worth it. It was so worth it. I think in the 2 months I lost about like between 6 and 8 kilograms. I can't remember exactly anymore. And then in December I was like, okay, I don't want to, can I just get the prescription and try to get it somewhere else? Because I've been hearing around in Windhoek and in Swakop that people have been getting their semaglutide for way cheaper. Like, I posted on TikTok about my semaglutide and how much it's costing, and I'm like, oh, I don't know where I'm going to get the money for this all this time. And somebody commented that they get theirs from this place and they get theirs from this place and it's cheaper here and it's cheaper there. So I was like, okay. I asked the doctor to write me a prescription, and then I went to get my semaglutide at Novacy Pharmacy, and then I got a 1.25 milligram. I was on 1.25 milligram dose, but that means if you get it at Novacy Pharmacy, or you can also get it at Lady Puhamba Pharmacy, those are the two places that I personally got them at. The only thing about that is you can't bump up your dose in the middle of the month. You'll be stuck on that dose for that whole month until you get more. Then you can ask for a higher dose prescription. When I get the prescription, they can claim it from the medical aid, and I only pay a $40 fee, like co-payment, I guess, at the doctor. And then let me show you. So the first one, when I went to Novacy Pharmacy, as you can see, it says Novacy Pharmacy. I know it's backwards. This is like a 1.25 milligram. Like, they prepare for you. This, can you see? I don't know if you can see, but this concentration is actually 1.7 milligram per milliliter. And I wasn't on 1.7. I was on 1.25. So I needed to inject myself with 0.7 milliliters of this one. Okay, and then I don't know if I should put it that side for my thumbnail or this side, but yeah, anyways, so this is the one that I got, and this is the one that I got just before December. Everybody was closing, so this one the people were like, you know, if you need to get your next dose, we're going to be closing on the 13th of December. I mean, we're going to be closing on, I don't know, you know, that week on the 15th of December where everybody closes, and they're going to be opening only on the 13th of January. So I wouldn't be able to get my injection. So I needed to stretch this out a little bit longer. So yeah, I went on a kind of a lower dose than actually. So instead of injecting 0.7, I was injecting 0.5. So I was on 1 milligram. Just so that I can make it stretch longer. And then over the December New Year's, I did not gain anything. It's the first December New Year's where I did not gain a single kilogram. I was 95 before I went on leave at work, and I was 95 when I came back. So I'm so excited. I was so excited about that. But then in January, I took a little bit of a break because I ran out, and yeah, I just decided to give myself a little bit of a break. I ran out and I didn't have the money to pay for a new prescription in the middle of January, because to be honest, I took a little holiday in January and I went to the coast. I took my son back to school and blah blah blah. So I used my semaglutide money for that, so I couldn't go buy another one. But then on the 25th of January, when I got paid, I got another prescription again for 1.25 milligrams. This time around, I went to Lady Puhamba Pharmacy. They also have it, but theirs is like 1 milligram per liter. So meaning, this one is also empty because I finished it. It wasn't a full vial. I got 2 vials because it was 4 milliliters of 1.25. I mean 4 milliliters of 1 ml per milliliter, and then 2 milliliters of 1 ml per milliliter. 1 milligram per milliliter. Sorry, I'm getting confused here. So I have a funny story to tell you guys about what happened with this one. So basically, the insulin syringes come in 1 ml, right? And I needed to inject 1.25 ml of this to be able to get 1.25 milligram per milliliter dose. And I was like, oh, am I going to have to inject twice? So the lady gave me 3 ml syringes with a needle cap that you put on. Now, I think the gauge of the needles was way too small. It was a 26 gauge needle, whereas the other ones I think are a 30 gauge needle, but the length of the needles was the same. It was 12 millimeters or whatever, but the gauge, what happened was when I injected with this one with the 3 ml syringe and the cap, the Ozempic squirted everywhere else instead of going, into my skin, into my fat. It squirted out. So I lost like one dose of this. So now again I have to reduce my dose so that I can manage with the other vial so that it doesn't finish. But yeah, I will probably recommend going to Novosi Pharmacy because they will give you one vial with the 4 injections with 4 alcohol swabs at a dose that is good for you. Like for Lady Pohamba, they only have the standard 1 ml per milliliter. So if you need to inject more than that, you're gonna have to either inject twice or find a better syringe situation that works. Whereas if you go to Novosi Pharmacy, they will make a different dose, like this one is 1.7, for you to be able to inject you with the correct amount by just using one syringe, if you know what I mean. Okay, so what do I eat in a day, guys? I still try to prioritize protein when the thing about the Ozempic or the Semaglutide that I'm using, I'm just using Ozempic because that's what everybody knows it as, is that it makes you feel full all the time. Like in the morning when you wake up, you're already full. You don't even want to drink your morning glass of water. You don't even want to drink your morning cup of coffee. You take one bite of food and you're already sighing because you feel full. The Semaglutide works with the hormones in your brain that makes you think that you're full already. Okay. But it does have side effects, like it makes you nauseous. It makes you nauseous. Nausea. And that's the thing with the Duramine. The difference between the Duramine and the Ozempic is that with the Duramine, you can eat past the point of feeling full and you can still overeat. Whereas with this, there's no way that you can overeat. You're gonna get nauseous. You're gonna want to throw up. Your body's gonna physically stop you from eating because you feel so full that you want to throw up. That's the good thing about this. And also it quiets the food noise. You're not constantly thinking about food. You're not constantly thinking about your next meal. You just completely forget about food and you're like, sometimes even forget to eat. You have to force yourself to eat. And yeah, the hack with this thing is that I try again to prioritize protein. So for breakfast, I'll either have yogurt, like plain yogurt, or I'll have fruit for breakfast. And then for lunch, I'll make sure I'll get proteins. I'll like have scrambled eggs or boiled eggs or steak or chicken breast, something like that. And then for dinner, I'll have 4 boiled eggs again, either because I'm so full, but I'm just forcing myself to eat those boiled eggs and I actually really just want to go to bed without eating. But I don't recommend doing that. Or I'll have steak. That's it, basically. That's all I eat, mainly. But then obviously, in between there, I also have my dessert. So like I'll have my 4 boiled eggs and then afterwards I'll have a slice of cake. Or I'll have, if I'm at a restaurant, I'll have my fish or my steak for dinner and then I'll have a dessert, But I don't add the filler foods, the filler foods. Your carbs are mostly more so that it can make you feel full because meat and that kind of stuff are expensive. So I don't have the rices, I don't have the chipses, I don't have the noodles, unless I'm craving for a bowl of pasta and I want that. But yeah, I don't have the filler foods. That's how I'm able to still lose weight on Ozempic and still eat my desserts, because I don't fill my plate with filler foods to make you feel full because you're already feeling full. So you just eat what you need. I just eat the protein because I feel like that's the most important thing. And then again, I drink my juices to get my micronutrients. But I don't like to eat veggies, so I don't force myself to eat veggies. But I do force myself to eat protein. I do force myself to drink a lot of water. But yeah. And to manage the nausea, I do take a nausea medication. Naarpilletjie. Ek drink 'n naarpilletjie. Ja, dit help my met my nare uit. Other than that, I'm really doing great. I'm so excited to carry on with my weight loss journey. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. Even once you lose the weight and you get to your goal weight, you're still going to have to maintain that. And I'm starting to finally exercise. Like 2025 is my year that I'm starting to exercise. Strengthen my body, strengthen my muscles, and that kind of thing. So yeah, is there anything that I missed out? Do leave me a comment down below if you want to ask any question at all. Let me know what stage in your weight loss journey you are in. Remember to love yourself first. That's the most important thing, self-love. And I look forward to seeing you guys again in my next one. Bye!